crochet granny squares. What you will need is a size 4.5mm size hook. You will need some yarn, about 20 grams. You will also need a pair of scissors and a yarn needle for weaving in all your ends. Once you have all of these materials, let's head over to the table and get started. See you soon! Our half-double mini granny square is going to start off with a magic circle. And to start our magic circle, we are just going to wrap our yarn around like so, pinch it. We're going to take our hook, insert it under the first strand, pull up the loop, and it might help if it twists a little bit. Yarn over, and chain one to secure it. You're going to chain one more, because we are going to be working half-double crochets into this circle, and it might be a little difficult just to pull that second chain through. Flip it over, and we are ready to start our granny square. We are going to begin row 1 with a group of half-double crochets right into this ring, and it's going to be a group of 3 half-double crochets, and that will be our first side or our first cell. So go ahead and do 3. Just make sure you go both underneath the tail and underneath the ring. And if you need to, you can go a little slower because it's a little fiddly. Instead of chaining 2 like we would for a normal granny square, we are just going to yarn over and chain 1. And that will be our first corner. We are now ready to start working our second side. That will just be another group of 3 half-double crochets. We are going to chain 1 to form our second corner. And just like the previous 2 groups, we are going to half-double crochet 3 times and then do another chain for our corner. We now want to chain once more and do one more group of 3 half-double crochets. And at the end of that half-double crochet group, we will add one more chain, and that will complete the first row of our mini granny square. So there's 2. And 3. Chain 1. Wrap that tail and tighten it up. And finish this row off by slip stitching right into the very first half-double crochet that you did. And I like to go through both loops to make it more secure. And there's the starting point of the mini granny square. Row 2 of our granny square is going to be similar to how we start a regular granny square. And what we are going to do is slip stitch across the next 2 stitches. We are then going to slip stitch right into that chain 1 space that we did for our first corner. We're going to chain 1 and do our group of half-double crochet 3 right into the same space. And a lot of people sometimes would call this group of 3 a cell. So there's 2 and 3. We are going to chain 1 for our corner and do another group of 3 right into that same space. So right into the same space where we did our previous group of 3 half-double crochets. So there's 1, 2, and our third. We're just going to work right into the next corner. So just spread these 2 out, and there is your chain 1 space. So just yarn over and double crochet 3 right into that little space. And you would do this all the way around for row 2. So there's 2 and 3. Remember to chain 1 for your corner. Go back into that same space and do another group of 3. Oops. And 3. Alright, so right into that same space again, do a group of 3 half-double crochets. Chain 1 for your corner. And we're going to repeat that group of 3 right into that same space. There's 2. And 3. We are not going to chain in between each corner. We are just going to go ahead and work right into that last chain 3 space. So right here, for that chain 1 space. So do one last group of half-double crochets, and you would have finished row 2. There's my second. There's my third. Chain 1 for that group, and do one more group of half-double crochet 3 into that same space. Two. And 3. To finish row 2, we are just going to slip stitch right into the top of that first half-double crochet that we did. And there is row 2. And it's starting to look like a little square. So every row after this, we'll start by slip stitching across the next 2 stitches. Then you would just slip stitch right into the chain 1 space of that corner. You will want to chain 1 and do a group of half double crochet 3 right into the same space. And this is row 3, and this will be the row that you will be following for each and every row after row 3. So there's 2, 3. You will want to chain 1 for your corner and do 1 more group of 3 half double crochets right into that space for your corner. So there's 2, and 3. We are not going to chain 1 like we would do in a regular granny square, but we will work directly into this chain or this space right between these 3 groups of double crochet, half double crochets. And just do another group of 3 half double crochets. And you repeat that for the rest of this row. Just remember to work a group of 3 double crochets, chain 1 for your corner, and then another group of 3 double crochets, and then in the space do 1 group of 3 half double crochets. So there's 2, and 3. Now we'll meet you back at the end of this row. At the end of row 3, you just want to slip stitch right into the top of that first half double crochet that you did. Now we'll close off the row. Alright, and there is row 3. So I will go ahead and do row 4 with you, and that would be the last row for our mini granny square. And what we want to do is repeat what we did for row 3. So we're going to take our hook and slip stitch across the first 2 stitches, and slip stitch right into that chain 1 space. We're going to chain 1 and work a group of 3 half double crochets right into that chain 1 space. To form our corner, we are just going to chain 1 and do another group of 3 half double crochets right into that same space. 2, and 3. We are not going to chain 1. We are going to go ahead and work another group of 3 right into this little space. And that is a group of 3 half double crochets. And that is what we'll be doing for the rest of this row. Now we'll meet you back at the end of row 4. Come on, there we go. We are going to finish row 4 by slip stitching right into the top of that first half double crochet that we did. And if you want, you can repeat row 3 and 4 and just continue on to add another row, But I am going to stop here by yarning over, taking my scissors, snipping it, and pulling that little tail tight so that it doesn't come undone. And if you need to, just take the 4 corners and stretch them out a bit, or flatten it with your hand. And then you can just weave your tail with your yarn needle. And just weave it in the back stitches. So as you can see, these are really fast and really easy to make, and they are made using the Half-Double Crochet Stitch. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you all next week. Goodbye!